thinking about moving to Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys, and in particular, Wintergreen? Well, today, Stefan and I are going to talk to you about some pros and some cons of living in Wintergreen. And if you hang around until the end of the video, Stefan and I are going to talk to you about something that we really like about Nelson County. And we're going to get started right now.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living, playing, sleeping, eating in Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys, then click on that subscribe button and touch that bell icon so you can be the first to be notified about all the current real estate market information here in Virginia's mountains and valleys. Hi, my name's Stefan.
And I'm Leslie.
And we get phone calls and emails every day from folks just like you who are looking to make a move to Virginia, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in
9 days or
90 days, pick up the phone and give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. That information is all in the description down below, and we'll be happy to help you make your move to Virginia's mountains and valleys as smooth as possible. So like Leslie said earlier, today we're here to talk about the pros and cons of Wintergreen Resort. Now, Wintergreen Resort is a little bit different than what we've talked about in the past. In the past, we've talked about actual towns that you can live in. And Wintergreen Resort, obviously, it's a resort.
okay,
And
let's talk about the ski resort.
the ski resort. So many times in some of our videos. That's right. So we figured let's go there and let's talk about it. And let's, because there is housing there.
There is.
And some very beautiful houses and some beautiful views and everything as well. So we figured let's go up and let's talk about Wintergreen. We'll also talk about some of the amenities there that Wintergreen has to offer as well. But if you're from outside the area or have never been to Wintergreen before, it's kind of important to know that Wintergreen, there's actually two pieces of it. There's actually the resort part that sits on top of the mountain. The very top of that mountain is 3,850 feet tall.
And some amazing.
Yes, it is. And there's also Stony Creek, which is another part of Wintergreen that sits down in the town of Nellysford down below. And so both of those have the common amenities that they have, and they share that people down below have the opportunity to use those amenities at the resort. And likewise, there's some amenities down in Stony Creek that folks from the top of the mountain can come down and use as well.
So another flow which just naturally flows into that because of its location is its natural beauty and mountain tranquility.
It's gorgeous.
It is absolutely gorgeous, and on the mountain, but also down in Stony Creek, looking up to the mountain. Both of them are beautiful, and whether it's the spring, summer, winter, fall, there's always different colors, as Leslie calls it.
The ever-changing landscape.
The ever-changing.
Beautiful.
Exactly, and so you have that beauty there. Now, one little drawback is, it can get kind of busy during ski time. Obviously, you would expect that. It's a resort, and that's a primary moneymaker for the resort, and so you want that to happen. And it can be hard to find parking up there sometimes, but if you're a property owner or you have your own parking place reserved and everything as well.
Right.
Anyway, so.
If you rent something up there, you're going to be assigned a parking lot or a parking space as well. But if you're going up there just for the weekend and leaving, it might be a little tricky. You park along the roads there, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. So you may think, though, being a remote like it is that going to cause me problems as far as some of the modern technology and communications?
Right. So if you're going to be doing business up on the mountain, you do have some great cell phone service, and you do have some great internet service as well. You have 100 upload, 1,000 download, and you're not going to have any lag there, whether you are living up there or if you're visiting. So let's talk about the different kinds of houses available to you up there. There are condos, and there are different neighborhoods for those condos, as well as the townhouses and the single family homes. So you're going to find when you go up there, there's these pockets of neighborhoods, and they all have different names. And most of them have an amazing view, whether it's of the woods or if it's directly of the mountain.
You look at some of those in the map videos I did. We'll talk about
exactly.
a little bit more about that.
And so you're going to see things from a modern type of style of condo or single family house all the way to a cabin type of house, chalet looking house. So there is just a variety of different things up there. So I have gotten some calls in the past regarding people who want to buy investment properties up there or a second family home, vacation home up there, and I've sold them. And some of my buyers up there are also using those as an investment property. So what they do is they VRBO it, or they Airbnb it, or they do it themselves through the Wintergreen Resort. Any different kind of way that you're not tied to this particular way that you rent out your condo, your townhouse, or your single family house. But if you're looking at it as an investment property and you're going to make a lot of money on it, it's going to take you some time. It's like any investment, it's going to accrue over a period of time. So there are some pros and some cons of looking at only an investment property up there on the mountain. So weigh those odds, talk to us if you're interested in getting a condo or a townhouse or a single family home on the mountain.
Yeah, and even some of the folks that we know up there that we've talked to in the past,
Right.
There's some things that they like, and there's been some things that they don't like either, and that's definitely something you'd want to weigh out if you're getting a property just for an investment property. If you're looking to live up there, probably not going to have to worry about it.
No.
Yeah. Another pro is definitely the amenities that Wintergreen offers.
Definitely.
If you live there in Wintergreen, whether it's in Stony Creek or whether it's in the resort area, you're not going to be bored of things to do while you're there, whether it's an award-winning tennis center that is one of the top tennis centers in all of the country for families. And they have a center up at the top, and they also have a tennis place down at the bottom in Stony Creek as well. Golf courses, you got Stony Creek down at the bottom. That course was designed by Reese Jones, who's known worldwide as a magnificent course designer. Up at the top of the mountain as well, you've got a beautiful course at 3,800 feet. It's actually the tallest golf course, excuse me, not the tallest, but the highest elevation golf course in all of Virginia.
Yes.
And so it's kind of a really neat thing there.
And there are beautiful views from there.
Amazing views. And if you're looking for shopping, I mean, here's a list that you can see of some of the places that you can shop in
Right.
while you're there at the resort. Additionally, there's a multitude of restaurants. You can see those here as well. And I mean, Leslie and I, we've eaten at the Edge, and it's just a really neat place. Sit in there, and you're right on the ski slope overlooking. Yeah, and they always have live music there. And so it's just a really neat thing, a lot to do there. Another pro is because it's a 4-season resort where activities are taking place all throughout the year, it offers a lot of planned activities and a lot of planned events. Of course, there's the skiing, right? That's where a lot of folks come and enjoy. There's 26 different ski trails. Matter of fact, there's snowboarding, of course, as well. There's something called the plunge, which is snow tubing. And by the way, not only in the wintertime do they have the plunge, but you can do the plunge in the summertime as well. There's the snow
They have
tube runs.
mats there, and you can ride those tubes in the summertime as well, which is pretty cool.
A lot of fun. There's a zip line up there. There's activities for
Bike
kids.
riding.
Yeah, mountain bike riding.
Activities for kids. There's ski camp up there in the winter.
Summer camp, summer.
There's art camp. It seems things like that up there. They have, for the owners up there, they have like a Halloween parade that you can parade your kids through and everybody can see them, and they have a costume contest. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no doubt. A lot of cool stuff. I mean, rock climbing wall. I mean, we could just go on and on about it. There's just a lot there. And I think another thing that Wintergreen, especially in the summertime, is especially proud of, because it is such an awesome thing, is the Wintergreen Summer Music Festival. It lasts the entire month of July, and there's people from all over the world that come in as composers and song leaders and writers and directors, and they have workshops, over 200 workshops that they have there in the area that you can attend and learn. They actually have students that perform with professionals that are hand selected to come and perform, and there's not just one concert, but there's multiple concerts at different places there in the area, and like I said, a great venue there as well, where you can look out and you can see the beauty as music's being played, and so some really neat things that go on up there all throughout the year.
All throughout the year, they have wedding venue up there if you're interested in getting married at a beautiful location. Yeah, you've got some beautiful views to get married.
Yeah, no doubt. And like I say, to live up there, you have the opportunity to take advantage of it year-round.
Okay, so let's talk about two things that are possible negatives cons about living at Wintergreen. One of those is, and you would expect this, is having an HOA fee that you're going to have associated with the purchase of any of the houses up there. The other thing is there are club-only memberships that is associated with some of the amenities that are available to you at Wintergreen.
So as Leslie's talking about some of the fees associated with the resort, I would say another con is the overall cost of living at Wintergreen Resort, whether it be on Mountain or down in Stony Creek. And you can see here on this slide that it's about 10%, housing is about 10% more expensive in Wintergreen than it is in the rest of the United States. That's very comparable to Crozet and Charlottesville.
Right.
But overall, it's more expensive. So right now, the average house that's for sale in that area is $576,000. Last year, though, the average house that sold was about $648,000. So that number of what's on the market changes from time to time. But last year, on average, everything sold for about $650,000. That being said, we can take that. Let's compare it to a couple cities. Let's go real crazy. Let's go to the number 2 most expensive housing market in all the United States. Let's go to San Francisco.
Okay.
San Francisco, I mean, if you're moving from San Francisco and you want to live at Wintergreen to get some of those beautiful views, you're going to absolutely love the price of housing in the Wintergreen area. At the same time, let's take something a little bit closer to home. You see here Wilmington, Delaware. And Wilmington, Delaware, housing-wise, pretty similar in Wilmington, Delaware as to what it is in the Wintergreen area. Sometimes you get a little more in some areas on the East Coast, sometimes a little less, but overall, like I said, it's a little more expensive to live there housing-wise in Wintergreen than it is in the rest of the United States. Another thing, though, some of the things that you're getting, some of those amenities aren't always in the rest of the United States. Like some of the houses are ski in, ski out properties.
They are.
And so it's kind of hard to compare that actual price sometime and really be fair about it with some of the amenities that you get, but nonetheless, that's what the numbers say. So that being said, one of the other things you're getting is recreation. What a pro. We've talked a lot about that already, but Leslie and I, there's certainly the different types of recreation, right? There's what I would consider, the hiking, the kayaking, the fly fishing, the biking, all of that. And then there's probably also like a social recreation, I guess we could call it, where you've got wineries, breweries, cideries, and just other things to do there in Nelson County. Another pro about the Wintergreen Resort in Stony Creek areas is that it sits in Nelson County, which is known for having a good school district. It's ranked in the top 37, 38, 39% of all of the school districts across Virginia. It's a smaller school district because there's only just under 15,000 people that live in the entire Nelson County itself. And so, but they have good schools, and they're smaller schools. But like, for example, most of the students in Wintergreen or in Stony Creek are going to go to the Rockfish River Elementary School. And you can see that it's rated about that same level, 416 out of over 1,000 elementary schools. Moving up to the middle schools now, you'll see Nelson County Middle School, which actually sits on the same property as Nelson County High School. Again, the area is a smaller area of population. And but you'll see that they do very well for themselves in the middle school. Then you move to the high school as well, and you see that niche.com actually ranks them as the number 17 standout school in Virginia. Now there's 31 of those that have been chosen, and they've been chosen for different reasons from the overall ranking, but one of those big part of that is the academics that go behind that. And so that's kind of a nice thing that Nelson County High School has there as well. So to finish up with one more pro, I think it would be the weather. And of course, that depends where you're coming from. I get that. But I like the weather. I think it's really nice. Bestplaces.net actually ranks the summertime climate as an 8.6 out of 10, and the winter climate is a 6.1 out of 10. Of course, that varies a lot if you're at the resort at the top of the mountain or in Stony Creek down at the bottom of the mountain. For example, in the summertime, the resort at the top very seldom gets above 80, 85 degrees. And if you're looking for a nice summertime climate, that's going to be great up there. If you don't like that cold in the winter, though, it's going to be a little colder up there too. You can always live down in Stony Creek where it's obviously going to be warmer. But like I say, these numbers here are from down in Nellysford, down where Stony Creek is, okay? And you can see that down there's about 23 days out of every year where the temperature is really hot, above 90 degrees. And in the wintertime, there's only about 14 days when there's more than an inch of snow on the ground. How much snow do they get? They get about 14 inches a year, which is really only about half of the national average. So if you like snow, live on top of the mountain. If you don't like snow, live on the bottom of the mountain.
Exactly.
There's a place for you at Wintergreen.
Exactly.
So that being said, at the beginning of the video, Leslie told you we were going to tell you about something that we love to do over in Nelson County, which is where Wintergreen sits. And so I'm going to let her talk about that.
Well, something that we love to see and go to. I love it more in the spring, and he likes it more in the fall. So in the spring, I love seeing all the apple orchards in bloom. It's just beautiful. It doesn't last very long, but if you can get over there and hit it when they're all in bloom, it's a beautiful sight to behold.
Yeah.
And he likes it in the fall.
Yeah, I love because apples picking season starts in August and it goes all the way through September, October. And you seeing them bring the apples out. And I can remember when our kids were little, we took it off. They gave us this long pole. We'd be picking apples
Little
off the
basket
tree.
on
Yeah,
the end.
it was just a whole lot of fun, and we really enjoyed that. Of course, there's always festivals that go on at these apple orchards. You can see you see on this map here how many apple orchards there are in Nelson County and in the area. There's just all over the place, and each one is a little bit different too. Some of the flavors of some of the apples, and so
They don't all grow the same apples.
yeah, it's just kind of nice to go into the different orchards and I like this one, or I don't like this one, and usually when we go, we pick up at least a whole case of apples whenever we go. And of course, there's peaches there as well and other fruits too.
Sure.
But like I said, we just really enjoy going to the orchards
We do.
and being there and having
And
a
if you
day
don't
off.
want to pick your own, they usually have a stand that you can go and get your own apples out of.
Yeah, that's what we do now. That's right. So, well, with that being said, I hope this video has helped you out a little bit about the pros and cons of Wintergreen. Overall, I would say that Wintergreen has a lot to offer
They do.
for the folks that live there, and a lot of things that you don't have in other places. And so that being said, if you're interested in a property in Wintergreen or in Stony Creek or in Charlottesville, Crozet, Stanton, Waynesboro, Lexington, Harrisonburg, wherever the case may be, some of the videos that we've been out there, take a look at some of those videos. You might enjoy them. But if you're interested in a house, if you're looking to buy, or if you're living in those areas and you're looking to sell, we live here too. And just pick up the phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us that email. That information is all in that description down below, because we want to help you get all the information you need so that your move to Virginia or within Virginia, or hopefully not out of Virginia,
Hopefully not.
but we want to make sure that it's right for you so that you make an intelligent decision. So, but like we always say at the end of the video, of every video that we do, until next time, we'll see you around town.